Judy here, and in case you didn't know, I'm on an odyssey to improve my health. What does that mean? That means that I am trying to improve my diet and improve my physical fitness and to get off medications that I take for type 2 diabetes and blood pressure and high cholesterol. I think that's going to be a no-brainer. I think I should be able to get off those medications pretty easily. And hopefully the side benefits to this journey would be to lose some weight, get in better shape, and improve my overall flexibility. As I've mentioned in earlier videos, my baseline goal for that is to be able to get up off the floor gracefully, which I haven't been able to do in a number of years, and I used to be able to do easily. So this week, you might consider an epic fail, but I refuse to believe it as such. My things that I was working on and that I'm working on through this month, my challenges for the month have been water, drink 122 to 128 ounces of water a day, walking, which I vowed to walk an hour a day or 3 miles for 4 days a week, and finally tracking all of my food that went into my system. So of those, I did not completely succeed in any of them. Not a one. Water, I reached 122 ounces twice out of 7 days. Couple of days I reached 90, and then the rest of the week I struggled to get to 80. Now, epic fail, you might call it an epic fail. I call it lesson learned. And a win, because pre this journey, if I got 32 ounces of water in a day, I would have been stunned. And this week, my worst day, I got in 80 ounces. So that's a win for me. It's also a win because I learned that my body does better with more water. Doesn't yours? Doesn't everybody's? Oh my God, I can't believe how I did without water before. And there's some truth to the axiom that sometimes when you are hungry, that you may actually be thirsty. And I really, when I was drinking all my water, was not hungry. Bringing me to problem number 2, tracking all my food. I found that the days I did not drink as much water, I ate more and I ate longer into the day than I did on days when I drank all my water. So sort of intermittent fasting, I work at bloody early in the morning. I have to be at work Monday through Friday at 3:30 a.m. I work at Starbucks, so I get there at 3:30 and I get off at 9:15 in the morning typically. On the weekends, I get there at 4 and then work till 9:45. So at that hour of the morning, we usually get our first break at around 6 o'clock. So I was eating my first meal at 6 o'clock, and then I would be done eating by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is about 9 hours, which is like an hour longer than intermittent fasting recommends. But I can't eat dinner any earlier than 3 o'clock. So usually I'm preparing food around 2 o'clock in the afternoon and eating my last meal right around 3. Some of the days when I drink all my water, I would have eaten my last meal around 1 o'clock, so I was making that 2 o'clock, and those were probably days where I found a greater weight loss. On the days that I wasn't drinking as much water, I found that I was hungry again later and would eat my dinner meal at 5, which meant I really was eating around 12 hours during a 12-hour period. And while I am not intentionally doing intermittent fasting, I find that it works really well with the rhythm of this job that I'm in right now. So by drinking water, I was keeping myself satiated so that I was not hungry in the hours. If you think about a normal schedule, Normal schedule, you would eat breakfast around 8 o'clock and then probably have lunch around 12 o'clock and eat dinner at 5. If you were intermittent fasting, you would move that up and eat your final meal around 4 to make an 8-hour day. And then you would normally have, you know, from 4 o'clock to say 9 o'clock when you went to bed, you would have 5 hours. So if you really think about my schedule, in order to go to bed at a time to get up at 2:30, which is when I get up, I really need to be going to bed around 7:30. So if I eat my last meal at 2, I have that same 5-hour window, 5.5-hour window after my last meal. So that's pretty normal before you say eating your last meal at 2. So that's pretty normal. So I found that by drinking my water, and tracking my food, I was able to notice a pattern. And that's awesome. That's another lesson. And every lesson I learn, I can take in the Odyssey to help with the next challenge, which is fantastic. Lessons, I'm a big lifelong learner. Lessons are amazing. So anyway, back to that. I didn't track every day. I have 2 days that I could not, at this point, cannot even remember what I ate. I have also been eating a whole lot more carbs than I need to eat with my type 2 diabetes on days when I was just not doing my best with staying on program. Taking this new Odyssey, I fell back into some old ways. Not terribly, because I caught myself and I didn't say, oh my God, I've screwed up. Forget the week, let's start again on Monday, which is what I would always used to do. I didn't even do, okay, I screwed up, to heck with the day, I'll start again tomorrow. I didn't do any of that, which is a huge win. So you can call not drinking all my water and not tracking all my food failing, but I call it winning in other areas. And lastly, my walking. My walking sort of touch and go for me. I really am, I don't want to say beating myself up, but beating myself up because I didn't walk 4 days this week. But I did walk 3.75 miles, which is only a quarter of a mile off my goal. And I walked close to the 4 hours that 4 1-hour walks would include. So I'm not calling that a fail either, because this girl walked from her front door to the car 5 days a week. And that was exercise, plus my job at Starbucks where I work, walk all over all day. But I did 0 exercise. So in 3 weeks, I've gone from a girl who barely got up off the couch to a girl who walked close to 4 miles this week and walked more 4 miles, close to 12 miles this week, a quarter mile short of 12 miles, and walked at least 12 miles the week before and 12 miles the week before that. So in 3 weeks, the first week I did 3 miles, 4 days for a total of 12 miles. The second week I did 2 3-mile walks and 2 4-mile walks, so 14 miles. This week I walked 12.75 miles. So 11.75 miles. So I was a quarter mile off my 12-mile-a-week pace. So again, I don't call that a fail. So I am also changing my mindset from a woman who would have easily called this week a total fail, an epic fail, I don't know why I'm doing this, get off the internet, what do you think you're doing, to, you know what? I learned some lessons, I had some victories, and I made a ton of progress. I actually feel bad that I didn't get that 4th walk in, and not because I was going to do this video and have to tell you I didn't get a 4th walk in, but because my body really would have liked to have taken another walk, and I just let life get in my way. So those are tremendous, tremendous lessons learned. Now, what you all came for? Did I lose any weight? Well, here's a photo of the scale. Yeah, that's right. I lost exactly 0 pounds, but I gained exactly 0 pounds. This week was a wash. And considering how fast it had been going, I'm not upset about it. I know that next week is a new week. Starting tomorrow morning, I have a brand new slate. I can do better at the things that I want to accomplish this week, and I can forgive myself for the things that I don't accomplish, because this is a journey, an odyssey to find the best in me, my best health, my best mental health, my best me, my best me. This is an odyssey to find my best me. And I thank you guys so much for joining me on the odyssey to find my best me. And if it inspires you to find your best you, or if you think you know somebody who might be interested in finding their best them, please feel free to share this. I would love anyone who wants to view it. I'm certainly filterless and say pretty much exactly what I think. So I am going to do my best not to swear on this site much. Anyone who knows me knows that your girl has a potty mouth, but I don't really think that this is needed here. If it ever does feel needed, I certainly won't hesitate. And I won't hesitate to tell you how I feel about what I'm doing, what I see in the world, what's going on that's helping or hurting my journey. But I am proud of me, and I am so excited that you've chosen to join me. So I hope you have a fantastic week. Oh, and I didn't forget, this week there's going to be a bonus video with cooking a meal, which was again supposed to happen this week, something else that just did not happen. This week there will be a bonus video of us cooking a meal. And in fact, let's go ahead and make it a everything I eat for a day. Seems to be a popular video on the weight loss and better health journeys, is everything I eat in a day. So we'll do everything I eat in a day. And also a video of me getting up off the floor. Probably that'll be just one video, because I don't think getting up off the floor is going to take very long, but we do need it documented. So first of all, you can see my humiliation, and also so we have it documented so we can see if there's progress. In fact, let's do that once a month. Let's see if it's any easier to get up off the floor once a month. And lastly, next week's video will be the last video in this challenge. We're going to move on to a new challenge starting September 1st. And right now, my plan is, I'll let you know next week if it changes, but my plan is a Dance Dance Revolution challenge. And I don't actually mean using Dance Dance Revolution. I mean doing dance exercise videos 4 times a week. And then I'm still going to try to walk 2 times a week. So because I've learned to really like that, it's a great time for me and one of my friends or 2 of my friends to get together. We talk, we walk, we saw a baby deer. That was so exciting. So I don't want to give up my walking, and it's really good exercise, and I am hoping to be able to go on more hikes in the fall when it's cooler. So this walking is giving me a really nice base. But I like to dance. I haven't danced in years. And so I'm going to do some dance-based video exercises. So some YouTube videos that are dance-based for beginners, because your girl's a beginner. And then in addition to that, we are going to obviously continue with the water. That is a habit that we're making. So now that we've made those habits, we don't have to think about them. They'll become habits. You just continue to do them. And then we're going to introduce Meatless Mondays. So I will hopefully include a recipe and a short video of me preparing the recipe. It may be a bonus video, it may be incorporated in the weekly video, but a Meatless Monday recipe and meal, and start to include less meat in my diet. I love some red meat. Anyone who knows me knows I like a steak better than anything, and I like it rare. So that's not so good, especially with a history of colon cancer in my family. So I think introducing some meatless options would be really healthy, and I'm getting sick of chicken. So that is the total sum of this video. I rambled, I'm sorry. But thank you all again for joining me, and see you next week. Bye.